What's up, ladies and gentlemen, back again with another video, and today we're going to be reviewing Expendables 4. Expendables 4 stars Jason Statham, Sylvester Stallone, 50 Cent, Megan Fox, Tony Jaa, you got Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, and Yui Wise, I think his name's pronounced. He's the guy who did the Raid movies. This is the fourth installment in the Expendables series, and I believe it's been 9 years since the last film. And I'm a big fan of this franchise. I even got the whole Expendables Blu-ray set in my movie collection right here, coming with all three, movies. All three of them in there, of course, with the little digital code and whatnot. Now, this film, we're about to go into the whole pros and cons of it. Like I said, I saw the first three when they came out in 2010, 2012, 2014. And the action movie genre has specifically changed a lot since then, since the last film, Right now, you have a lot of people that are like on the Fast and Furious bandwagon when it comes to action movies, and while the Expendables franchise kind of lied dormant for 9 years since the last installment, but the last three installments they had a pretty much ensemble stellar cast of all-star action movie heroes, where this one it's kind of not exactly like that. But now let's go over some of the pros. There is some pretty good action fight scenes with Jason Statham, Tony Jaa, and so that one actor from the Raid. I don't even know how to pronounce his name correctly. You might even correct me in the comment section on how to pronounce his name. But there's some pretty good action scenes. There's some pretty good fight scenes in there. There is some humorous moments. There's a few, ha 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 type of moments in the film. And that pretty much covers the pros. Now for the cons for this film is that there is some bad CGI. There's a lot of green screen used in this movie. There's a lot of green screen that is used in this film, man. That you could noticeably tell when they have the close-up shots of like 50 Cent, firing the gun in the background. You can clearly see in the background that it doesn't look like they're filming this movie on location. They're filming it behind a green screen, but not a very good green screen, because you could obviously tell the background looks real fake. And then, the poor CGI graphics when they show they show the Earth from outer space, and the whole thing with like airplanes, helicopters, and things like that. It looks like poorly CGI graphics. Now, if you're going into this movie thinking that because this is particularly a Stallone vehicle, at least the first three were. Stallone was the head honcho of the franchise. Well, you might be disappointed here, because another one of the cons is Stallone plays more of a minor role in this film. He plays a very, very minor role. He doesn't have too much screen time on here, and the majority of it is given to Jason Statham. Also, since I thought, because Megan Fox is in this movie, I thought she was going to be playing more of a supporting role, but they gave her just as much as screen time as Jason Statham in this movie. As far as the cast, it's not as all-star like it was within the last three. The last three, you had, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course Stallone himself, Bruce Willis. Maybe the later sequels had like Antonio Banderas, Wesley Snipes, and a bunch of other action legends like, Mel Gibson, Jean-Claude Van Damme. We don't really get that in Expendables 4. Even the main villain from this one is not really top notch. But they I've checked out a few of the reviews here on YouTube. Some people are really butchering this movie, saying it's like the worst one in the franchise. I think the film is watchable, but it's a watchable action film. It doesn't make me like hate the Expendables franchise or anything like that. It's watchable. There are some entertaining moments, but it's not as well stacked as the last three. You know, because the last three films in this franchise were big budget blockbuster action films, and Stallone was always trying to make one bigger than the next with each sequel. And with Expendables 4, it just seems like they just made this movie just for the sake of making it. They weren't trying to redeem themselves from what happened with Part 3, because the major flaw with Part 3, despite it having an excellent cast, was that it was PG-13, where when they made this one Part 4, they brought back the rated R, but you're gonna have to need more than just the rated R, man. You're gonna have to have like all-star cast. We didn't even have like no other familiar faces pop up like Chuck Norris or anything like that. But no, they said the first two were rated R, and the third one was like PG or PG-13, and then with this new picture, they decided to go back to the rated R. But yeah, the cast, it's an alright cast. It's just not as big as it was with the first three. Because I remember Stallone was trying to get like Jackie Chan to join the franchise eventually, but every time he tried to get Jackie Chan was always filming some sort of action movie in China or working on some other projects. But no, a lot of familiar faces from the last three don't return for this installment. Like you say, you get Statham, who's basically like the one taking on the leadership role, and then Stallone has a very minor role in the film, and the other two familiar faces is you just get Randy Couture and Dolph Lundgren. No Terry Crews, no Jet Li, none of those recognizable faces return for this sequel right here. So yeah, the cast isn't as all-star or real stellar or as spectacular as the last three. It's a watchable action movie, but it's not the well, people are saying this is like the worst movie of 2023. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's watchable. It's a watchable action film. I don't think it's the worst movie out there, but I do think it is probably the weakest installment in the franchise. Out of the four films in the series, which I only got the first three right now. The fourth one is the weakest installment out of the series. Sure, Part 3 had its flaws with it being PG or PG-13, but still, you got your money's worth when you went to go see it. Not to mention the huge boss fights you would get, with the head honchos of the film, but you don't even get that in this film, but no, like I said, it has its fun parts. There's a few good action scenes. There's a few ha 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 type of moments in the film, but it's not the best one in the series. It's the weakest film in the Expendables franchise. So I don't know if they're going to continue and make a part, 5 and 6, and basically have Stallone pop up every now and then, basically have Jason Statham take over the Expendables team as the new lead. Because like I said, Stallone, he played a very minor role in this film where, he's basically the lead guy in the first three movies. So, do I recommend this movie for you guys? Well, if you're, I guess, a hardcore Expendables fan, I recommend you to go see it. But if you're, casually into action films and you really weren't as satisfied with the last few films in this franchise, I would probably just wait until you can stream it on like Netflix or purchase it at a a movie bin like at Walmart or something like that. You just wait until you get the movie on sale somewhere. So, you know, like I said, I only recommend this just depending on the type of moviegoer you are. Like, if you're a hardcore fan of the Expendables franchise, most likely you're gonna go see it in theaters. You're gonna go purchase the Blu-ray when it comes out. But if you're, casually into action films and you're not satisfied with the last few installments of this franchise, then I just say just screw it. Just wait until it comes on Netflix or Hulu or other streaming platforms so you can watch it at a much cheaper price. I went and saw it in Dolby Atmos, so it was like loudspeakers and whatnot. But it was a watchable action film. It could have been a lot better than it was. Now, if I were to go ahead and give it a grade, I would probably have to give it a C minus. And I guess on a scale between 1 to 10, it's probably like a 5.6 out of 10. And the movie was okay. It just wasn't, a big budget blockbuster like these last three, where it had an all-star cast of recognizable faces and whatnot. So we'll just have to see where they're going to take this movie franchise going forward, and if Stallone's still going to be the guy behind the helm, still carrying the franchise, or if they're just going to have Jason Statham carry the series moving forward. Well, guys, that's the end of the video. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys around for the next video. Have a great day now. Peace.